everything is masculine. If you look at the original goddesses, this is how you can tell this stuff. If you look at the original goddesses, they got warrior goddesses that kill up people, and they got feminine goddesses. That means that, hell, you know, that means that they got the embodiment of both principles. So what you call masculine is only the aggressive half or the manifested half of the feminine. There's nothing but the divine feminine. Man is not man unless man is half woman. Woman is not woman unless woman is half man. And the reason why you're attracted to women is because the woman got a part of you that you got to get to, and she got a part of you. So I go to you to get my feminine half. And I got your masculine half, your dagger, and you got to go to me. And it fit together like that. Yeah. Muhammad said that Allah created himself out of the feminine half of the universe, huh? The cup and the dagger, the yin and the yang, the positive and the negative, but all of those are one entity of the same essence. But the original creator essence is feminine.
Lust, sexual eroticism, and sexual pleasure. It's supposed to be explored to the highest level. That's why the hell you think the government, he didn't stop no Bibles, he didn't stop no Christianity, he got a church on every corner, but he stopped the sexual revolution of the 70s with the AIDS scare. Why did he do that? Why did the government do that? Because they understand that it is the power of this particular realm of the power we're talking about is sexual energy. And this is hitting real spiritual, because that's what we're going to go into today. And that's the stuff we need to be dealing with. But I'm not just talking about on some beautiful romantic level. We're talking about freaky stuff that you got in your mind, other than the gender crossing you call homosexuality or whatever type thing. We're talking about the most erotic things that you have. Everybody has these things, but you are trained in this society not to deal with those things. You see what I'm saying? Especially the women, who is the greater vessel to deal with this type of stuff and all. We'll get into that particular part also too. But you're trained, if you give away to your passions and your passions and your erotic desires, that you're a freak. This is a patriarchal society, and it's done to shut down a certain feminine energy. Also, we're talking about sexual tantra, raising certain spiritual energies to a certain level. And this is the way of action, and this is actually the power. This is the actual power. What is the Kundalini energy? The real power is nothing but the Kundalini energy. That's what the real power is. The flip side of the Kundalini energy is the black dot. You saw the black dot, which is you see the staff of Tahuti. Then you have the two serpents, which represents the Kundalini serpentine fire. But you have the black dot is the end piece. Well, the real power is nothing but the force that goes to that particular black dot. And then through the black dot, it's synthesized into this particular magnificent force. The key here is, what is Kundalini energy? It's sexual energy.
Your mate has to be on a certain level with you. Well, sometimes, because even when you have sex, there's a certain sexual energy. And if your mate is not on the same realm that you own, it might not take you down, but it can hinder you. Because when you have sex, the sexual union is a merge. So, based on a lot of homosexuality started creeping around doing 2,000 years ago, and mainly with also the Greeks and the Romans who fashioned most of the damn by what you call a byproduct of the religion, of their ancient religions that you had. They fashioned some of these. What happens is when you have this particular homosexuality creep in, they turned against all of the actual sexual functions and made you think that it's all bad. Lust is good. And let me explain this to you. Lust is good. The divine whore in ancient time, I know this is hard for you to fathom because you are so conditioned to understand what is called moral dogma. But what they mean by the divine whore is not necessarily talking about a prostitute, but it's also talking about women's spiritual femininity, where you would literally cultivate the spiritual sexual energy to raise your spiritual awareness. So when the homosexuality crept in, you see what I'm saying, especially when you talk about white Arabs, was a part of that too, based on, white Arabs and the Greeks and the Romans. They turned against the woman, so they made everything sexual bad. You see what I'm saying? They made it bad. And so you think that sex was only created for procreation. Procreation was secondary. You see what I'm saying? That's like giving. Hell, you're on the planet, you're going to procreate sometime or other, but that's secondary. You see, but the sexual act is a high spiritual process. So even in these days, you must somehow kind of way is to try to get your mate to understand some level of it. There's certain levels that even people dead can actually get to that level and be comfortable with it. As long as they have a general overall view and a love for black people, then you're all right, basically. If they truly love black people, then they, even though their conscious mind ain't getting with nothing, subconsciously their energy is still rising. You know, polygamy came from polygamy used to be the woman's system. The woman used to have multiple partners because it makes sense. She can handle multiple partners. You know what I'm saying? You kill yourself with multiple partners. Her shit is a black hole. She's negative, which means she a vampire. She sucks in and gets your energy. So it makes sense that a woman can have multiple partners. So polygamy was polyandry, which was the woman's system, and later on, after the male patriarchal system, she introduced polygamy to the man for her sisters to get, you know, because became a shortage of men. But before that, in the Typhonian realm, the woman had multiple men. It's interesting. They had a white girl. She had 2 boyfriends. The government stepped in and said, "God damn it." She had 2 husbands. The government stepped in and separated all of them. Say, now you dealing with the wrong thing. You see what I'm saying? See.
Your imagination is how you do work. It is utterly ridiculous to think your imagination is just a part of this world, because what do you think you build your true reality with? Your imagination and visualization. That's why it works down here in the context it does. Shit. The Secret was telling you that. Laws of attraction, cause and effect. The first law of Tahuti, shit, all of them are trying to tell you about the calisthenics of the mind. So your imagination is absolutely everything. Don't let anyone tell you that is something a part of the astral world or belittle it, because if you remember in school, all they did was tell you to pay attention. Stop doing that. You're acting childish. Stop daydreaming. Stop looking out the window. Focus. Pay attention. What they're really doing is getting you out of the realm of imagination. And of course, we know Einstein's quote, more than anything in the universe, the most important thing to have and the most valuable thing about you, and I'm paraphrasing, is your imagination.
Mind Control 101, they talked about dumb blonde mind control, a mind control that women use. We know it. There's something a woman would ask that a guy would ask the same thing, and it's like, fuck out of here. But then a woman asks, sure, you know, I would love to go, but I don't have a car. Well, how far do you live? I would love to go, but I don't have a car. You should fuck with Uber, dog. So dark persuasion, undetected mind control. Dark persuasion is just seeing someone's insecurity and that they may not see. Talking, yeah, you had a rough life, dog. Yeah, my mother died. I had a stepmother. She was mean. He has already got mommy issues. So you know how to manipulate. How was your father? My father was there. Oh, did he help you? No. You already know what you're getting a climate. So now, whatever that means to you and your perspective and whatever you're trying to do it, you're taking that type of information about that person to persuade them without them knowing.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing also too, which is the number one destroyer, the number one thing that retards you from going to a higher level, and that is family members. Okay? Family members. Your family members are not on board, and not and standing in the way based on some fucked up shit, you supposed to cut them niggas loose. Right. You gotta cut them loose. Now what happens here is there's a spiritual warfare, and when certain aspects of the spirit world, there's enough because there's a war going on. There's a bunch of entities that don't want us to rise for the simple fact they don't want to get up off their ass and turn over the reins to us. So what they will do is they will send spirits down here, incarnated into your family members, to get on your ass and to hold you down because they know based on family members. You understand what I'm saying? They know based on family members, you get all emotion and you will stop what you're doing. That's why you got to, and it could be your mama, it could be your children. It'll come with anything that's close to you, but that's when motherfuckers you got to cut loose. It's the bullshit family members and stuff. That's a spirit thing that's stopping you from going to another level.
You got to take everything as suspect. The only thing that you have is your mind, and if you're going to choose to believe something that you cannot really prove, make it in your favor. You might as well. Shit, Donald Trump is showing you the art of that shit. The Republicans are showing you the art of that shit. I used to tell all the time, and I'll say it again. While y'all think they're goofy, them niggas are the greatest magicians you've seen in the game. They made an imaginary reality. Ain't that what you trying to do? Use from your visualization and imagination and make it so. If you visualize yourself as A, B, or C, for that A, B, or C to make manifest in the physical, you tell me where Donald Trump and the Republicans have not done that. Yeah, y'all niggas are slow with your public school fucking training. You're trying to reason, rationalize, make it logical. They're not using logic. They're using mind control, ritual, repetition, symbols, and trauma. Fear tactics to get the crowd under control, to make their will be done, i.e. magic, silly bitch. Republicans are magicians, nigga. This is most high witchcraft, you sons of bitches. Oh, Sarah Palin, she's so stupid. That bitch was a wicked witch. A wicked witch. Spinning whatever fucking reality they want to and making people accept it as such. Nigga, that is witchcraft, nigga. Witchcraft. Bro, y'all playing the wrong motherfucking games around here.
Because everything that you gonna go on ain't gonna be what you eat, it's gonna be your fucking mind. This is what gives you disease and everything. So they got nothing to do with what you eat or whatever, it's based on what your mind is. You see what I'm saying? How is a big nigga like me ain't never sick and ain't never been sick in my life? You see what I'm saying? Because of my mind. The mystery here is, if you start to have a heart attack, vegetarians and all, and you got 5 minutes to live, the only thing gonna save you is a canned soda or Pepsi Cola.
Dark Hollywood.
Dark Hollywood was Coke, but the Coke used to have, remember Coke went to the new Coke in 1985. And then they came back with Coke Classic in 1986, and the formula ain't never been the same no more. You gotta put ice to it. Too late, your ass might be dead. If you get ready to have a heart attack, you better get you a can, not the bottles, because it's all based on what you put shit in. I'm learning that with drinking the liquor. You put it in a bigger glass, it changes, put it in a smaller glass, you put it in this, you won't get certain taste and stuff like that. It's a science to it. The Moors brought that to Europe, distillation. So now, that's why you gotta get some shit called devil spirits. I don't know if they said, you ever see some liquor called devil spirits rum? You get a hold of some of that shit, it's like 190 proof. No, it's 160 proof. Devil spirits, the spirit world love it. They love it. Devil spirits rum. You see what I'm saying? You get a hold of some of that shit, man, you roll it. Don't need no bullets, you just need some devil spirits. Run!
The body knows what to do because it's a knowing in it, an intelligence that's beyond what you've been calling your brain. And what you've been calling your brain and your reason is your ego. And it will take any characteristic you want it to. You want to be intellect, that's what your ego will be. You want to be a good person? Oh, I work for Greenpeace and I only eat, barley, that the earth has given me. I don't pick it off the trees and must fall to the ground. We grind the barley, we make the barley. We got my clothes are made of barley. No, you're saying that and doing that because you're trying to reflect that and show that. People who are that you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Or most likely you will never know. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have to champion what they are. It's just natural. If you're trying to portray it, you're always talking it. That means you're trying to reflect it and therefore get somebody else to acknowledge it. You understand what I'm saying? Get someone else to acknowledge it. And